The date was September the 23rd, 2017. This is 30 days after the August eclipse, Great American Solar Eclipse, and we'll get into that later. So, roughly 30 days after the Great American Solar Eclipse, we have the Feast of Trumpets and the Revelation 12 sign. Now a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet. There we have Virgo being clothed with the sun. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet. Right there, you can see the moon under her feet. See? And on her head a garland or a crown of 12 stars. If we notice, the constellation Leo consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 stars. But on this date, Venus, Mercury, and Mars are near Leo, adding 3 more stars to total 12. And on her head a garland of 12 stars. Then, being with child, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. In the womb of Virgo, in astronomical terms, Jupiter is in her womb and is exiting her womb on that very day when the alignment is perfect. In November 2016, Jupiter enters Virgo's womb just 9 months prior to the complete alignment. And it begins to do a retrograde motion. It enters the womb, and then it stops, and it turns back, and it goes the other direction. And it sits there, and it bakes in the womb for 9 months. This is the 3rd month. In February, Jupiter enters a retrograde phase. See, it starts going back the other direction. During this time, it appears as if the planet is going in reverse for a period of approximately 4 months. The planet then returns to its original trajectory. Exiting her womb on September 10th, 2017, roughly the same amount of time as a woman's pregnancy. And on the 23rd, the alignment's complete. Then being with child, she cried out in labor and in pain to give birth. And Jupiter, the king planet, exits the womb. It does. It marks the beginning of the tribulation. Rewind 9 months. Trump is sworn into office as President of the United States. The last president, mind you. He just can't help from making that 666 hand sign. He just has to make it constantly. Constantly. Then a year later, when Israel, on their 70th anniversary, after turning 70 years old, Trump recognizes Jerusalem as the capital, moving the U.S. Embassy.
Best president for Israel in the history of the world. And the Jewish people in Israel love him like he's the king of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God. So Trump copy and pasted that, put that into a tweet. The president of the United States is calling himself the king of Israel. He's calling other people anti-Semitic at the same time, while he's openly questioning an overwhelming majority of Jewish Americans' loyalty, which is, again, an old anti-Semitic trope for not supporting the king of Israel, him. That's what he's saying. So it's just absolute lunacy. He's trying to buy Greenland.
In this.
A train station after President Donald Trump. The country's transportation minister says he wants to put Trump's name on a planned new station in Jerusalem. The new station would carry passengers to the Western Wall, one of Judaism's holiest sites. The gesture stems from Trump's controversial decision to move the U.S. Embassy in Israel to Jerusalem, recognizing it as Israel's capital in spite of a conflicting claim from Palestinians. If it's approved, the
We have this crazy float and demonic procession of this monstrosity. Look at the symbolism all over that. And that's just a little snippet. Those are demon warriors marching in front of him. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
We believe that only American citizens should vote in American elections, which is why the time has come for voter ID, like everything else. Voter ID. You know, if you go out and you want to buy groceries, you need a picture on a card. You need ID. You go out and you want to buy anything, you need ID and you need your picture. In this country, the only time you don't need it, in many cases, is when you want to vote for a president, when you want to vote for a senator, when you want to vote for a governor or a congressman. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What a bunch of outright propaganda. That's nonsense. You don't need your ID to buy groceries. That's nonsense. You don't need your ID for anything unless you're getting pulled over, or if you're opening a bank account, or if you're trying to buy tobacco or alcohol products, and you don't really look the age appropriate. Other than that, you don't really need an ID for anything. How does an ID help you to breathe or to eat, to chew your food and swallow it? How does an ID help with that?
The most popular person in the history of the Republican Party is Trump. Can you believe this?
All he does is boast about how great he is. That's all he does, is boast about how great he is and how good of a job he's doing and how he's just always under attack. It's a manufactured attack. It's manufactured. This is all a setup. It's one big fat deception.
I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab him by the pussy. I can do anything. Pull the hell.
Is that how a Christian behaves? Or how a good person behaves? He's a fake. He's deceiving everyone.